Alrighty. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another in our series of B&B Sports Talk. And we today are going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be talking about the top 5 NBA players of all time. And we're going to be going 5 through 1. So let's just go straight into it. My 5th best player is Magic Johnson. I put him at number 5 because I think he's definitely a top 5 player. He has, he could just do whatever he needed, and he he played center for a game. He's probably had the best court vision of any player of all time, and he just was very good at a very good leader, very good point guard for the Lakers. So who's your top 5 or your 5th player?
My 5th player is Clyde Drexler, and my gamer tag is Clyde the Glide 33. So yeah, I'm a Drexler fan. I think that Drexler did almost what Jordan did with a worse team. Drexler he only won 1 or 2 championships, but he would barely lose to the Bulls several times, and he had a worse team. So I think Drexler is easily top 10, and I don't know, most people don't include him, but I think championships don't play a huge role in how I choose my players, because I think an individual performance is better over. I judge that better over how many championships you won. And Drexler almost won a couple championships, or almost won a couple more, I should say, barely losing, And so yeah, I think he's a good, overall player. He'd score. He can, he could do pretty well on defense, and yeah, that's why I think about him. That's why he's my number 5.
Yeah, and I think we might put a video up of that, because I personally think that, championships are important, and that's why I have it at number 4. I have Bill Russell, because I don't think this is one of those things where it's hard to compare eras, because Bill Russell, I believe he's like 6'8", which, that's not what we think of as center height. And he, the reason I have him up at 4 is because he won 11 championships. By hook or crook, he got those 11 championships, and I think there's a lot to be said for that. And I think in a vacuum, I don't think he's as good as a lot of players, but I just think that says a lot, that 11 championships. And he was very good defense, very good at blocking shots. So yeah, who's your 4th?
I have Magic Johnson at 4, because I think Magic's a pretty good player, and I think he deserves to be in the top 10. And he's a very good passer, excellent passer, excellent. He could get the job done on offense a little bit inside. He could, and his size was just monumental. I don't know, whatever word I'm trying to say. At his size, he was huge. He played center one time. Point guards, you might see 6'2", 6'3". A big one will be like 6'4", but he was 6'9", and that's huge. And he was big. He wasn't skinny too. He was a stout player. So I think, and I liked his completeness. He was very complete. So that's why he's my number 4.
Number 3, I have Larry Bird. I'm a big Larry Bird fan. He's one of my favorite players ever, and I just think I think it's really cool how he could do whatever was necessary. You know, he could pass with the best of them. He could score with the best of them. He could rebound. He could defend. He could do whatever needed to be done. And he was a very clutch player. He could just make huge game-winning shots. And I just really like Larry Bird. I think he's definitely top 3. You know, what he did, he was on a very good team, but he was the best player on that team, and so I got to go with Bird at number 3.
Bird is my number 3 as well, and I hate to say the exact same thing as Ryan, but I like Bird. Bird for the same reasons he does. Bird was very clutch. Bird, he'd make 3s, 2s, he'd lay it up, he'd rebound, pass. He was like LeBron James of a different era.
Yeah.
With better shooting ability, and he's just incredible. I think he was very good. I think he's deserving of the number 3 spot, and yeah, that's why Bird is my number 3.
Yeah, and I think our top 3 are kind of similar. So but anyway, so number 2, I have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I think he probably was the greatest player ever, really. I mean, it just most unstoppable. He had the most unstoppable move of any player ever, the sky hook. And he has the most points of anybody ever. I believe he has the most MVPs with 6, if I'm not mistaken, and he has 6 championships, I believe. So it was just a winner on every level. You could not stop him. And something that he could do that sets him apart from other great centers is he can make free throws. You know, look at Shaq. Look at Wilt Chamberlain. You know, you can go to Dwight Howard. I mean, none of them can make free throws. So I think that says a lot. And so yeah, I've got Kareem at number 2.
Okay, I have Kareem at number 2 as well, just because of his pure scoring ability. He has, the most points out of anybody, and he's solid. He could, he had the sky hook, which was just, smooth and beautiful, and he could make free throws. He could do a lot of things, and the reason I picked him was just because of his pure scoring ability. It's just phenomenal. That's why Kareem's my number 2.
And the other thing about him, he played for like 20 years. I mean, he was so good for so long. I mean, he just was so consistently good. All right, number 1, Michael Jordan. Who else? Because, in my opinion, the most important thing is, are you a winner? And nobody won better than Jordan. He had 6 championships, 6 finals MVPs. He was a really good defensive player. He could pass, he could shoot, he could just do everything. So yeah, he'd be my number 1.
He's my Michael Jordan is my number 1 as well. I like Michael Jordan because he did win 6 championships. He had like the most wins in a season. He had like, didn't they lose like only 6 games one season or something?
Yeah, the 95 Bulls, I believe, had the best record of any team ever.
Yeah, they were virtually unbeatable. And then you have his ball handling ability, his jumping ability, his shooting ability, his dunking ability, his passing ability, his defensive ability, and it's like you can't even think about it. Your brain starts to hurt. He's like on another level of good players, It's like
Yep.
there's he's on his planet of his own.
Yeah. Yep, so that is our top 5 NBA players ever. We're gonna try to make our next video about predicting the NBA season, because we're big NBA fans. We're excited about it, and similar to our NFC AFC deal. So thank you very much for watching.
Please subscribe and leave comments.
Yep, we appreciate it.